In this series so far, there have been a few mentions about taking risk and balancing responsible and informed decision making. And I cannot position this episode about Agile, part 2 of my interview with Elliot Dowling, any better. Well, it's a total coincidence though. This time we looked at the practical application of Agile, not just in large organizations, but also for entrepreneurs, smaller teams, or even people going solo. If you haven't yet, I strongly encourage you to watch part 1 of this interview, but I think you'll still pick up some great ideas from this episode on its own. And how did you go into the agile space? Because it's a very interesting space, but it also has its own challenge, and it's not easy at all.
Yeah. So I started my first job out of school. My title was programmer, and I was actually a COBOL programmer, which is like ancient legacy language. And I realized I wasn't a very good programmer, so I got out of that but I stayed in the technology areas and did testing and project management and all that sort of thing. And my first introduction to Agile, I thought, this is nonsense, actually, because it didn't make sense to me. But then, having experienced it and saying, okay, what are we trying to do? How do we take advantage of the fact that you don't need to make all your decisions in the beginning? You can learn as you go, because we're going to know so much more 6 months from now than we know now. The whole point is preserving your options, being able to figure out what works best for you, being able to pivot if something isn't working. So that's part of it. And once I saw and really saw the benefits of it, I became a huge advocate of it and have spent a lot of time learning, getting certifications, all that kind of stuff, and have been essentially teaching people. I've helped more than 1,000 people get their Agile certifications through SAFe, all that kind of stuff. So it's been the better part of my career for about the last 10 years.
Take on freelance projects to help small businesses with their marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that that I come in as a neutral third party that can give them a little bit of idea of where they're going and what they can do with their marketing. But of course, yours is from the entire organizational point of view. And it is important to just because you get caught up in the middle of
absolutely.
things.
Absolutely. And it doesn't need to be the whole organization. It could be just a part of it. It could be just one team. Or even, I was working with one other individual who has his own business, and I just showed one of the concepts of Agile is Kanban, which is like being able to visualize the work, which helps if, on the wall, you can see what everybody's working on. I implemented that for myself, for my company, even though to start, I was just one person. But it was how I could organize my own activities and what I needed to do on a day-to-day basis to build the business. And I showed that to somebody. They're like, "Oh my God, I need that!" Like, it's just some of those concepts work for if you're talking about a company of 100,000 people across the globe, or just you and I in this room right now. Like some of those concepts apply either way.
Very much, especially in a changing world like the one that we're in at the moment. Before we go on a break, I do want to throw a couple of words your way.
Okay.
And just describing your experience setting up a business.
Okay.
So the first one is work-life balance. How are you doing on that front?
I'm doing okay. It's
He said with an at the end.
It's interesting because I'm used to being client-facing, work with clients every day and having a team of people that I'm working with. So boom, I'm also American, so like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or anything like that. That's just what we do. This has been, if I'm not doing something, nobody's yelling at me to do it, right? I gotta do myself, which I've always been a self-motivator. But then, here we are on a Sunday, and I'm working, right? So I love it. It's great.
It's Sunday, sunny, warm, lovely outside, and then it's like they still say yes to me to do this madness.
Melbourne turned it on for us today.
I know.
It's beautiful day.
The next word is job satisfaction.
So far, I'm loving it. It's been exciting to go out and meet people and see where they are and see what their needs are and how I can help do that. And then there's a lot of people that I think if I can get us off the ground. There's a lot of people that I want to bring into the business and that are excited to be part of the business that I think have the same level of energy and passion around this that I do.
There you go. There you go. And one more, which is independence.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
It's still a little weird.
Well, so presume that there's someone that who doesn't know anything about agile.
Yep.
How do you describe it to them?
That's what my challenge has been a little bit recently. So again, it's based in software development. It's about breaking things down into the smallest part. So look at all the work that you need to do, break it down into the smallest parts possible, and then prioritize and try to work on the things that have the highest impact to you first. So part of it's understanding what's important versus what's urgent, because if there's something important and urgent, tick, that's what you want to go. There's plenty of things that are important that aren't urgent, and there's plenty of things that are urgent that aren't important. And then what do you do with those? You know, if it's urgent and not important, maybe I ignore it, right? And being able to do that view of things and then move from there is very useful.
And there's something that kind of, sorry, just on top of my head. It's sometimes when it comes to deciding what to do, because there are things that like there are, in addition to what you described, there's also high impact to low impact. There's like, for example, you have high effort to low effort, and then you compare that. Of course, that you go for the low impact and high. Low effort, high impact.
Yeah, exactly.
First. But then you also have to think about that stage of if you have like a medium effort, medium impact, or high impact but high effort, that kind of decision. Then that's where someone like yourself can come in to break it down into smaller chunks and just say, well, this is how you can make an informed decision.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And there's a whole theory on how we do that. And that's part of the training and certification that I do, which is to help people. Thank you.
How did I come up with
that
know,
shit? Perfect.
I am full of shit in my head.
No, you're
Thank you.
You're a very smart man.
Correct response. Oh, sorry.
No, part of what we do is help, you know, here's 10, 12 initiatives and stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, you can't do all 12. What's the important things? And then we help them break that down and say, okay, how much effort is it? What's the benefit? What's the cost of not having it? Like, for example, I launched my business before I had my website up and running. I had email, I have all the domains ready, but the website just wasn't ready to go. My question is, do I launch it, or do I launch my business going into this this conference, or do I wait until I have a website? And the answer to me was, yes, I need to launch, right? It's more important for me to get that out there. I'll drive people to my LinkedIn site. That's all set up. That's ready to go. That has content in it. And then I'll build the website later. And we'll do it in parallel. And those are the kinds of decisions you can make. You could somebody could very easily say, well, it's not worth doing it. But then the cost of that was I was with hundreds of people that are in my industry and running around with my little brand, my little brand on the backside too, for those who are watching, and being able to get this out here and be able to drive getting hundreds of people onto my LinkedIn site.
And the thing is, there is something a little bit different from like a small business or a big organization. If it is a big organization, it will be like, if you don't have a website, don't. But then if you are, because you are the face of EAD, you are like, you are synonymous with this. So you also have an advantage of having a very good LinkedIn profile. It's actually quite impressive. Check it out. Anyway, so that's why we started a conversation. I was like, oh my God, let's do an episode together.
Thank you.
You know, something like that. and of course, like, you know, it's something like that. Yeah. So that, good for you.
Yeah.
Now, your turn.
Another marketing question?
If you like.
What other choices do I have?
Well, I like fried chicken.
Oh, do you? What kind? Like
the Korean one.
The Korean, like how spicy? From a nothing to American spicy to, you know, you can't breathe spicy.
Oh no, not that. Not
okay,
like that. I think I can like medium spicy.
Medium spicy.
Medium
okay.
spicy. Like, you know, and I'm a little bit sheltered, but on that one. Yeah. So I mean, it's like if I go on a date with someone, that if I eat fried chicken in front of him, then that means I'm serious.
I mean, I'm going to say that's love, isn't it?
Oh, well, I mean, it's like, otherwise I have to kill them. There's too much information out there.
No. No, definitely not.
How did we get there?
I don't know.
Would you like to give me a real question? Okay.
Yeah. You've noticed I've all merged up. Like I have the full excellent agile delivery badge. I have the EAD. I also have the E, which I haven't used much. Is it too much, or do you think it's all kind of flowing together?
Well, firstly, I think that green works well on you. So
Thank
that's
you.
really good because if I wear green, I look like I have a liver problem.
Oh no.
Like, it's a little bit like that. So
Okay.
that's to begin with.
So
I
okay.
rarely wear green.
Okay.
But if it works for you, it works for you.
Okay.
And the other thing is I like that it's simple.
Yep.
It's a very simple 3-color system. So we got I'm just lifting this up. But then this is a bit of like a dark green. And in addition to the nice bright green, having that 3-color combination is actually a really good thing because sometimes that, I made that mistake before too. I enjoy it. I love this color. I like this. Before you know, I have a 12-color palette.
Yeah.
And then I was like, if you put that all on a video presentation, half of your audience will get a seizure before they know what you do.
Yeah. So I have to give a big shout out to Sophie Hanlon. I play softball with her, and it's one of those situations where, work with your mates. I knew she was a graphic designer. She did the design for our softball jersey, and I was like, this is amazing. Would you like to do my business? And she said, yeah. And I'm delighted with what she did. So I'm glad you're delighted.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sophie. Yeah. Shit, I lost my track of thought.
Oh dear.
I lost my track of thought.
That's okay. We'll fix this in post-edit.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Let's do one more question to each other.
Okay.
Now, next question for me.
Okay.
It's, can you give me an example of, like, you don't have to name names.
Sure.
But there's someone that you help with how Agile can help them improve their process.
Sure. I can talk about a local company that has local areas that you go to for events, and we help them essentially rebuild their websites and then create a essentially centralized view of all the customers so that they could manage their bookings. So like, hey, we're going to go to this facility, we're going to have this kind of a party, and we're going to buy this package of drinks and all that kind of stuff. So we used agile methods to essentially redo their websites for them, and then also put in that centralized customer management system. And that's just part of breaking things down. Like, you don't need everything all at once. We just break down to look and feel and all that sort of stuff, and then work through what are the flows to book a service, and then what are the flows to modify a service, and then what are the flows to do an add-on to it, and all that kind of stuff. So we were using those kinds of methods to build that up. Now they have brand new websites. They have a brand new centralized, what we call a CRM, customer relationship management system. And that has significantly increased the revenue and the overall engagement of people, because then they can say, what previously they had is, okay, somebody made a booking, I don't know anything about them. And now they're like, oh, somebody made a booking, they were here a year ago, and it's a birthday, so it's their next birthday. What information do I have from their last birthday that I can apply to them this time? Oh yeah, they drank a lot. Let's give her that. That happens in Australia. Let's see if we can discount their drinks or whatever, and all that kind of stuff, and give them a better experience for it.
And from a business operation point of view, what you were doing is that you help centralizing the communication between marketing, sales, and probably client management system too.
All that kind of stuff.
So it's like if a team is growing and that becomes 3 different people, then that centralized system can be a base for all of them to come to each other. It's like, hey, do you have this data about this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Like
you don't even have to ask anybody. It's just right there. So you just pull it right up.
Yep, exactly. So there you go. Don't have to ask. Like, anyway, speaking of asking, your last question for me.
So based off our conversation, how do you think you can apply Agile or to the work that you're doing?
Oh gosh, I think actually that's a really good question. I think, well, just on top of my head, just based on what you did with your client's website, I think for like if I'm to grow the Chatty curator space,
Yeah.
which I hope to, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
is that I would love to turn it into a directory for LGBT plus friends and allies small businesses.
There you go.
And then at the same time that I wonder in what capacity that I can grow into, that my website can be a space for this directory, for the podcast, and how that can cross over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, something like that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
also understanding that my limit. Like, for example, there's only one of me at the moment, and then what I can do for the time that I got.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what we would do in that situation is like, okay, well, that's part of your overall portfolio that you're going to be working on. And, it may be 12 months or 18 months from now, but can you start capturing what you think you might like there as you go along the way? Just, one of the things that we talk about in Agile is having time to innovate and get out and do different stuff. And, allocating, even if it is just a day once a quarter, to be able to go out and just do different stuff, work with different people, experiment, all those sorts of things. That tends to be huge. So, just take an afternoon, lovely weather, go grab a glass of wine, and maybe a couple of friends. Okay, as many as you like, until it doesn't make sense anymore, right? And just start to think through, okay, what would a directory look like, and how would it be different from just any other directory? Like, what's important? Well, I think with you, you'd want to have the capability to check right with what the podcast was. So it's like, okay, exactly. It's not just here's EAD, but also here's a link to the session that we did together. And then, okay, here's a link to his page and what other things we've collaborated on and all that kind of stuff. So
definitely something like that. And I think another space of it would be like, for example, even starting an online group of the community. Because the thing is, like, I always believe in one thing, that is, it's true what you say, like, you do need to get yourself out there. And for example, like going out, network with people, talk to other professionals, just even if you just make friends, because sometimes that you don't, how do I put it? That it might not be the person that you network with that gives you the business, but it might be someone they know. And it's very important on that front.
I mean, I don't know about you, but every job and I've gotten after the first job was based off of networking. It wasn't based off of submitting a resume. So I don't know if your situation is similar or not, but I literally, I moved across the globe because of networking, not because of, just responding to an ad in the paper.
It's very interesting because I think when I first started, I was mainly promoting the creative industry, like artists, performers, and things like that. And then when it got to a point that I met with a musician who happens to be a education technology person or for her day job, and then with all of the conversation happening, that I ended up joining a company that organized a trade show for that, a conference for the ed tech space, and that really helped me to widen my scope. Because prior to that, I was thinking, oh, that would be fun to do, like exhibitions, festivals, and things like that. But of course, like, in the last few years, if we know anything, and I'm like, ooh, luckily.
PTSD. Don't too soon.
No, I'm actually, look, sometimes I don't like people. Sometimes I like, where's a pandemic when you need one?
I know.
It's like something like that.
But I need, like, a 48-hour pandemic, not
a
not
like
an 18-month one.
No, thank you. No, thank you. What is the most unexpected expenses you have when it comes to running a business?
Good question. The obvious is accounting software, which annoys me. But I've kind of gone into the marketing stuff. Like, I even have stickers.
Thank you.
So there you go. Not what I anticipated. See, you guess what a user is going to do when you give them something, and you never know.
Exactly. Actually, you know what?
I'll put it here. Normally we'd put it on our shirt or something, but that's all right. You do you.
Exactly.
You do you.
You do realize I'm going to wear that for the rest of the interview.
That's awesome.
What's one piece of advice that you've received that you would like to pass to the community?
Oh, boy.
I just hit him with a lot of really intense questions.
I know. It was the same one as previously. It's like, be nice. No, it's cliche, but listen to what people are saying.
If you were a superhero, what superpower would you like?
Oh boy. What are the choices? Like eye beams and stuff. Like I don't want anything destructive. What's yours?
Burn calorie without moving.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I first thought about telekinesis, but then I was like, well, you know, that Batman, or not Batman, Spider-Man thing, with great power would come with great like responsibility. I was like, I don't want that kind of responsibility. You come up with yours.
Once again, probably to be able to cook without making a mess.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my god! If I could,
or speed cleaning.
If I could go through life without ever making a mess, my partner wouldn't know what to do. He's over there.
Is that a euphemism about something
no,
that I need
no,
to like?
No. Completely G-rated.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Yes.
Some controversy or something.
No.
But it was like, oh, what if superpower of like being able to clean very quickly?
That would be good. Yeah.
That would be quite nice. Like speed cleaning.
Yeah. I don't like it though.
Yeah.
Cleaning's boring.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like you're the one that can speed clean, so you have to clean all the time. That's a
with great power comes with great responsibility.
Yeah, that's a shit superpower.
I know. Anyway, all right. What's one of the biggest misconceptions about your area of work that you would like to break?
That agile just means you do whatever you want to do. So a lot of people would be like, "Oh, we don't need to do this. We're agile." That's not what it means. Right? You still have processes, you still have documentation, you still have all these things. It's just you do the least amount that is required for everybody to be on the same page.
I see. So it's like assessing all the different ways that you can approach it, and just make an informed decision.
Yeah, people would be just like, "Oh, we can just build it. We're agile. We don't need to document it." It's like, well, you're still working in a regulated industry. You still need to.
I think that's called chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
That's chaos.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Not agile.
Yes.
Yeah. That's.
I think most people say it as a joke, but it's a joke that kind of.
I
hurts.
hope so.
Yeah,
because sometimes that when there's a joke or something like that got out there for a little bit, and then suddenly everyone thinks that is the right thing to say.
Yeah.
So Anyway, how do you keep your momentum going?
I've just been doing it for so many years. I just keep going, and
become a second nature.
It's just what I do.
There you go. If you have unlimited resource to make a TV show or movie or even a series, what would you like that to be?
I think it would be a complex view of LGBT people that isn't reductive to just stereotypes or rom-coms like Red, White, and Royal Blue, or whatever that nonsense was that everybody loved. But I was like, this is just.
Sorry, I thought you say Royal Blue is like BLEW.
Oh,
I thought I must be watching the wrong thing.
Once again, I'm the G-rated one here, I guess.
Too bad. All right.
Well, and there can be people without shirts on and stuff like that.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? That helps sell things on Instagram. Anyway, but thank you so much for taking part in this.
Thank you, Andrew. Arthur. Oh my goodness.
You little bitch from hell! I was like, I was like, you even got my name right.
Arthur.
All right. Well, no worries, Elaine. But it's
you got to leave that part in, right?
Oh fuck yeah! I was like, oh geez, this is like the perfect blooper. I'm not cutting it out.
Maybe it's going to be the thing. Everybody after me is going to give you a different name.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah,
I've been called worse.
Yeah, I know.
Been called worse. Yeah. And now, Elliot, thank you so much. Can you tell people how people can find you and if they're interested to know more about what you do?
Sure, absolutely. So we're at excellentagiledelivery.com.au. Or LinkedIn at Excellent Agile, or LinkedIn at Elliot Dowling.
There you go. All of the information are on the show notes. And cut. Woo, that works quite well.
Oh, thank you.
That works even better than the first one. Thank you, Elliot, for taking time to guest in both episodes of the podcast. And I love how he explained Agile in very simple terms, breaking work into smaller parts, prioritizing based on impact, and distinguish between urgency. For you, my audience, you also get a glimpse into what I'm keen to do with this podcast in the future. Well, now I have to think about scalability. Anyway, I do want to share with you a quick top 3 summary. Now, to start, Agile isn't about doing whatever you want. It's about making informed, flexible decisions with just good enough structure. If you're starting to explore something new, you can be really benefit from putting out something small, getting feedback, and making changes. Many opportunities come through relationships, not CVs. Building that genuine connection can open unexpected doors and lead to collaboration that shapes your business, and a great source of feedback. If you are a small business, being agile can be your core mindset that guides you even when you launch before you're perfect, which we established earlier in this series. Perfection can be the enemy of progress. And this mindset can be the circuit breaker that frees you from hesitating and asking yourself, what if, in the future? Thanks, Elliot, again for the great conversations. Please check out his social media on the show notes. Get Chatty podcast is produced by me, Arthur, the Chatty Curator. Thanks for your company. I hope you enjoy this podcast, learn something new, or pick up something helpful to realize your aspirations. The podcast guests are appearing in kind, so please consider supporting the podcast by supporting them. Small moments like liking or sharing on social media, or even tagging a friend about a post can really help. You can find the detail on the show notes or send the episode's dedicated page on chattycurator.com. Until the next episode, thanks for listening.